So hello everyone, in this video I'll be discussing how you can add some symbols and entities in HTML. So what are entities actually? So entities and symbols are used when we want to show some symbols which are not possible to add by your normal keyboard. So for example, you can see some symbols in your keyboard just like a pound symbol, at the rate symbol, dollar symbol, percentage symbol. But what if I tell you that you have to write same HTML or body here? So I wanted to tell you like how you can execute this line. I want this to be executed as it is, not the body itself. So the browser shouldn't consider it as a tag, but I want to show it like a code. So how can I see that? So if I refresh the page, you can see nothing is there. And why is that? Because this less than and this greater than symbol is used to describe a tag. So basically when a browser sees this tag, it thinks that it is a I have to execute this, I have to treat it as a tag. So instead of this, if I want to show it like a tag, I have to use entity of that less than symbol. I can also use a code if it is there. The entity is this ampersand, and lt is the entity name, and semicolon is the terminator for this entity. So whenever you want to use a special symbol which you want to which you cannot use from a normal keyboard, or if you want to use these less than or greater than brackets, which generally use as executors in normal browsers, so at that time you will be using entities or a symbol or a code, you can say HTML code, you can say. So if I use this ampersand in the starting and if I finish it with semicolon, always remember it is an entity. Similarly, I can use GT greater than for greater than symbol. This is an entity as well. So if I run this page now, then you will see that body is wrapped inside this less than and greater than symbol. Similarly, if you want to add different symbols or different entities, so you can search for HTML entities here, because you don't have to remember all these things. You can just search for HTML entities and you can go down here in the first link, or in the images as well, you can got that. So you can see entity name you can write, or entity number you can write. So basically both of them can be used to show a particular sign or a number or a special symbol, you can say. So you can see that I have used ampersand lt semicolon, and you can also use ampersand hash 60 as a code. So this is actually entity name and this is entity code. Similarly, if you want to add a space, extra space between a text, so mainly we can add only one space between the text. If I try to add multiple spaces, we cannot add that, right? So if I try to add multiple space, that isn't possible yet. So you can see there will be only one space. But if you use it, as a entity, which is NBSP, which tells us to add one space as a symbol, then it will execute as an entity, not as a say, normal space. So it will treat it as an entity. Now you can see the gap is increased. So similarly, you can add multiple symbols or different symbols you want. So all the symbols are there. You can see that if you want to add this symbol, then you'll be using this entity name, and you can also use this code as well. Similarly, for different symbols, we have the different entity names and different entity numbers. So different symbols can be used by entity name or a number. Similarly, we have different symbols as well. So we can also use different symbols. Inside that also we have different entity names. You can see that the entity name is there, and the number is as well. So if you want to use these codes or these symbols, then you'll be using these codes or these entity names. Then that symbol or that sign will be executed here in this web page. So this is how we can add entity names and entities code, and you can execute any symbol you want. I hope you got the idea what I wanted to tell you. This is it for this video. I hope you got something. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the another one.